Cardi is so big. To me, her going on live and doing all this is like.
Oh, she gave Bia the pub of her life.
Yeah, it's like so messy.
Are you guys checking for an Eminem album in 2024?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I listen to every Eminem album.
Wow.
Drake jumped that thing into the top 10.
It slid pretty.
We're not talking about slides.
And we are back with a fresh episode of Billboard Unfiltered. We have Mr. Trevor Anderson back with us.
Welcome back, Trev.
Yo, what's up? It's good. It's pretty good to be back.
How was Paris?
Was it vacation?
Yeah, it was. You know.
Passport on pivot?
Yeah, you know.
As they used to say.
But yeah, it was nice. It was a good time. I appreciate y'all. Yeah.
This week, pretty formidable, you know, in terms of what we got going on. First off, Cardi B versus BIA. Cardi B last week, she jumped on Glorilla and Megan Thee Stallion's remix for Wannabe. Had, you know, some things to say about BIA where she threw a little bit of shots.
So can you break down this beef? Do you understand how this beef started?
So I think this is just like guilt by association type shit because, you know, BIA's team Minaj, team Nicki.
Right.
So, you know.
They had the remix and
they had the remix and everything.
Right.
And obviously, Nicki and Cardi, we know about their relationship, but it's kind of simmered down for the most part.
I think so.
So where still, you know,
it's sort of like a proxy war now.
Yeah.
Like it's like, you
Right.
know, the camps are like fighting each other rather
Right.
than like the two, you know, superpowers.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
So now B is kind of, you know, she's still team Nicki where she's, you know, going to defend her at any chance. So Cardi came, threw some shots, and then Bia put out her diss record called Sue Me.
Hilarious.
In response
Hilarious
to
song title.
Cardi's verse on Wannabe.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys saw over the weekend too, Cardi went on Instagram Live to address why she went at Bia. Pretty much she said she caught Bia telling lies about her, you know, stirring up drama, saying that she had been cheating on Offset allegedly.
Didn't Offset say that?
Offset had put something in his IG story where he alluded to being cheated on. He didn't directly say Cardi cheated on me.
Who else would cheat on Offset?
I mean, it could have been just, you know.
It could have been a
You know, lyrics, you know. How
Yeah, a little misunderstanding.
Incognito and shit.
I like Offset a lot. I doubt he's like getting that creative with it. I think he's just like telegraphing his life.
This is very true.
You know, he's like, my girl cheated on me. Everyone's like, who's that?
But either way, Cardi turned down those allegations. And, yeah, we got Bia with the diss record. And here we are, another rap feud. Cardi said, hey, we could keep it to records. And we could, you know, go track for track if you want. Are we here for a Cardi B versus Bia battle? I mean, listen, this would be what, the fourth or fifth battle of 2024?
I was just
The third, female rap battle. We had Megan, Nicki, Ice, and Lotto, if you want to count that.
That was also like a proxy war.
Yeah,
Right.
that was
You know?
that was a little skirmish. That wasn't no, you know.
Yeah.
Are we here for the Cardi versus Bia?
Sure. Yeah, I'm here for any and all beef. Like
That's
whoever,
terrible.
Whoever,
Yo, he
whoever
said-
wants to beef.
Fuck the
He
peace.
said that negative energy.
Fuck
Just
your
give it
peace.
to me.
Yeah,
Give it
if-
to me.
If you feel like you're better than somebody or someone's coming at you sideways, I say go for it. Why not? As long as it's like, you know, on record, what's the big
You
deal?
see what Cat Williams started, man?
I know, he really kicked off.
I blame Cat
Why are
Williams.
we bringing
for
this back
man.
to but that first week, yeah. God. Look, I know a lot of cats are gonna say. I actually thought of you when on the BIA record when she talked about scrapping projects since 2019.
I know.
I said I want to know what Carl Lamarre thinks about this bar because that's been his MO since day as the Cardi album defender.
Right.
What do you have to say about that?
I mean, it's a fact. You know, it's a fact, but
You're the first one to say,
but
yo,
listen,
she don't need to.
No, but she don't need. I mean, we could sit
two
here.
things can be
we
true.
We could sit exactly. We could sit here and honestly say Cardi B is hotter than Bia. You know, without an album out in 5 years.
Yeah, I think
That's
we
not
can-
you know what I'm saying? That's not irrefutable.
What'd you say? What'd you say? Into the mic.
That's not irrefutable, you know. And I love Bia. I think she's dope, representing Massachusetts. You know, but as far as like if we're going bar for bar, do we care? I personally don't. You know.
What do you mean? If we're going bar
For a battle between Cardi B and Bia?
I liked
that's
Sumi.
not
I
gonna-
thought Sumi was funny.
I mean, Sumi was
But
funny.
the Bia record was trash.
Which one?
That's
The Sumi record.
I thought it was funny. I thought
It
was
was
funny.
mediocre.
Sure. I mean, I don't
Mediocre.
I think it was
I
better
was-
than mediocre.
I was
thought it
entertained.
funny.
I was
Yeah, I
entertained
thought it
by
was
it.
funny. I thought
Oh, you
as
know.
far as diss tracks go, I was like,
Is that going to be in the upper echelon for 2024?
Well, look, I mean,
at this point, probably not. But like, it looks like we're averaging like a beef every 6 weeks.
So we got to take what we can get.
I thought the song was funny. I thought she did what she needed to do. She hit on like all the pertinent points that people were bringing up about her as it pertains to Cardi. She was bringing up points that Cardi brought up about her. I like that she flipped the same sample as like that.
Yeah.
All good marks.
Yeah.
I thought she played it very well. Like I think the big thing was people, when this all kicked off, the main thing I saw on Instagram were people being like, "Who is BIA?" And I was like, "Damn, that's a tough place to start from."
What was the record called again? The joint she ended up doing the remix with a whole lot of
money.
What was that? 2021.
A whole lot of money.
BIA?
A whole lot of money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
21.
And she had the song with Cole, London, which was
That was
big.
a great record.
That was a big record.
That was great. I mean, Cole bodied it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I love BIA a lot. I think she has a great
dope.
personality. I think she could actually rap. People don't give her enough credit for that. I think I just been spoiled.
Sure.
Because of Kendrick,
Kendrick
and Drake.
Coming in the shadow of Kendrick and Drake.
The best rappers out right now.
Yeah.
Went at it for like a month, and now we're like, oh, we don't need that other battle.
Well, if you're not gonna bring it like that, don't bring it. Like,
I'm here for it. I liked BIA's record.
Even like with Meg and Nicki, even though it was pretty much just one track versus one track, the level of messiness for that, and it felt more PPV. It felt more like a pay-per-view match versus like this gave me like Friday Night SmackDown, Cardi B versus.
It felt like that to me because I was just unclear about what was going on. Right. My first introduction to it was the Cardi Live, which I like somehow stumbled into as it was happening, and
on a Saturday.
I was just like, what is this? Like, what is she talking? It took me so long. I had to like when you have to go through the comments to be like, what is this person talking about? I'm like scrolling through, like, what is going on? And like, there's other people like, who is she talking about? And I'm like, yeah, who is she talking about? And I finally like put two and two together, and I'm like, come on, Cardi, you're too big for this.
Oh, so you think she should have took the whole, just not even respond?
If you're gonna respond, just throw 2 bars at her.
She kind of did. She just gave her like a good.
Yeah, I'm like, why do you need this? She was like, and then this conversation was this, and then showing screenshots of conversations. I'm like, once you're showing like screenshots of conversations, it's like I don't know. It feels like you're losing.
Yeah, that's fair. But I, you know what it is? To Cardi's point, she did say when you start throwing accusations and allegations about my marriage and my family, she said we could keep it just rap. Yeah. But when you start, imagine like, I mean, shit. Like, you got your shorty. Imagine like Cass is saying, yo, I heard Dame was out in these streets. Da, da, da. You got to defend that.
Of course. And this is no disrespect to anybody.
Right.
Uh-oh.
What you got to preface it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, are they even still a thing?
No, they are married.
Still
married, yeah.
Oh, I know that. I thought they were.
They
still, you mean on like legal, like the most,
they're still legally
the
binded.
Most like.
Yeah.
I did not. I apologize, Cardi. I did not know that.
They're still.
Thought y'all were separated and divorced.
They're still rocking.
I thought there was like a 2-day separation.
And Cardi said like she admitted on the live too, like, hey, listen, my marriage isn't perfect, but we're trying here.
Oh, I cut off before that.
Oh.
I didn't get to that.
Thanks, journalist.
Yeah, I didn't cut off before that. Well, I just didn't realize that they were. I was like, why are these allegations so damning to you when you seemingly don't even like this guy either?
Yeah.
Like you seemingly hate Offset as much as your
but
fans do.
She's still that's still the father of her kids.
Absolutely. But I still stand by the fact that Cardi is so big that to me, her going on live and doing all this is like.
She gave BIA the pub of her life.
Yeah, it's like so messy, and all these people who again were like, "Who is this?" gave her so many new fans now.
Right.
There's so many people who listened to the diss track and were like, "Oh, this is all right. I'm gonna go back and listen to her other stuff now." And it's like, yeah, thanks, Cardi. You really like gave her at least a couple thousand fans off this.
And you know what Cardi said in the live too? Hey, listen, I hope you really relish this weekend because
I was gonna say
you're gonna get some fans because of this.
That's right. Cardi gonna say she needs to file a charity case on her taxes next year.
Man.
She's generous, the fairy godmother, benevolent, like yeah.
Right. And no, but to your point too, but Cardi acknowledged that I am too big of an artist. I am at a certain level that you are not. But hey, Petty's petty. Petty ain't got no.
Those are facts.
Well, whatever gets Cardi B dropping tracks, because I know that with this album that was not coming, is coming, might be coming. Like we don't need to get distracted. Focus on the album. Let it, But if it does come with some hot bars, we saw Kendrick drop out 3-4 songs we never thought we were gonna get. So maybe that gives Cardi a new battery in her back. Maybe that gives her
That'd be awesome.
a little more mojo to get back in the
that'd be
stew
awesome.
and cook something up.
Real quick, what did you guys think about her verse on the Wannabe remix?
Cardi's?
Yeah.
It's good. Good Cardi verse. It didn't it's not like
It didn't wow me.
yeah, it wasn't it wasn't like her verse on like Tomorrow where I was like, ooh,
Where it just changed the whole trajectory of the song.
It right here.
I hate that for Cardi because I feel like now she set the bar so high for herself. I mean, I know I've called her like Hall of Famer when it comes to features, but yeah, she set the bar so high to where anything below that Tomorrow 2 mark or
yeah, she murdered that.
But I thought
No Limit.
I thought the verse was good. Like it didn't make me sit there and go like, "Ooh, he could have kept this." Like
It's a good verse, but
I don't think it didn't damage her in any way.
Yeah.
I think
just,
But she's on like when certain artists go on these feature runs, and it's like every feature you're like just anticipating it, and you're like, oh, this is better than the last one. I can't believe it. Like, oh my
but
god!
y'all know
this
all
is
them
still
runs.
going.
Like, I mean, y'all just want people to just go up to
I
heaven.
Cole
the way
was
they
doing
just,
it.
I don't want them to go on forever, but damn, I'm saying like you can at least go for a year.
J. Cole was doing it until.
But you don't think Cardi like you think this like dropped off?
It wasn't a Tomorrow 2 verse.
But
You see, and this is what I was saying.
but Tomorrow 2 was
the bar is
how,
so high.
I know
now.
it wasn't a Tomorrow. What has been a Tomorrow 2 versus Tomorrow 2? Like
That's the problem. That's the whole problem.
Cats are holding it to that gold standard.
that's y'all got the highest.
Not me.
I didn't set that standard. Cardi did.
I mean, but like the fact that that if it ain't Tomorrow 2, you might as well throw it in the trash.
Dame said if you ain't dropping 50 every game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine, like,
I don't want no 25.
I was gonna say, don't let Dame be your A&R or your record label head.
We know Cardi can do it. We know she can do
You
it.
wanted to drop a 50-piece every game.
We know she can.
Yeah.
It's not like she's dropping. Like,
I'm just asking.
Imagine Dame being your basketball coach.
my
But
God.
I'm saying,
excuse me for wanting excellence.
He said, Will Chamberlain, if you don't do 102, I'm
yes.
benching you all
And he only
season.
did
Excuse me for wanting good.
That's correct.
Good rap
I
music.
respect the push. You give me a little.
Also, I said it was a good verse. I said it was a good Cardi verse.
You said it was cool.
You said it,
You can't-
but your tone told a different story.
It was cool.
Well, I had to like remember it because I was like, it didn't like. It's not one of those verses that just.
So Tomorrow 2 was a 10 out of 10 for you.
That's
I would say.
amazing. That's probably one of my favorite guest verses of the past 5-6 years.
So where would this rank for you? Just 1 to 10.
On hers or just period?
Just no. For
Oh,
Cardi,
1 to 10?
Yeah,
1
let's
to 10.
go.
Yeah, let's go.
I think it's 6.
I figured you would say that's cool.
I can see
6, 7.
You passed with a 6.
I was expecting that.
Yeah.
It's a D.
Yeah.
60 is a D. D, you pass.
I mean, yeah, but damn, when you put, when you put it like that,
to the nitty gritty.
I'm saying after
like,
Tomorrow, I was walking around for like weeks rapping that verse.
Nah, it's a classic.
I would randomly just blurt out lines from that verse, like lines that would be like inappropriate to say like in a meeting or anything like that. But like I was just walking around rapping it. I forgot what she said on this verse, and this shit just came out not too long ago.
That's fair. Yeah, I probably played it twice. No,
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's like it's not.
That's fair.
all right.
I still love you, Cardi.
Before we switch,
Yeah.
So BIA was saying that she believes that Cardi stole her style.
Sure, she did say that too. Yeah, BIA believes that. So when Cardi put out the Like What freestyle, the video, there were fans commenting and saying that she kind of ripped off BIA's whole style and swag. And BIA, I think she retweeted that.
Yeah, but
that
just the
comment,
the rapping too, or just the
it was
aesthetics.
It was just the aesthetics.
Because I was like, this doesn't sound like BIA at all.
Yeah, no, just the aesthetics. I mean, listen,
She definitely
women
talks about
women
that
in hip hop
in the
don't play,
diss.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
that
just
she's trying
bars.
to
I
be
fuck
her
with that
bo-
though.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring that up. I like the fact that it's the women who are like, stop biting. Like the niggas don't care at all.
You biting off.
Motherfuckers
Yeah.
don't care. Like I remember,
Jewels came out.
I'm gonna sound like an old man, but it's like it's like Ghostface on that skit being like, yo, these motherfuckers are biting our shit.
Yeah.
Like that shit is whack.
I think Jewels came out a couple weeks ago and he said, "Yo, Cats was biting my whole style." Like as far as like back in the day with the bandana.
Yeah, but that was like 20-something years ago.
Yeah,
Joel.
but he was saying it to this day.
But
he's
it
like, he
still
never got
hurts. It
credit.
still cuts.
Exactly.
He still hasn't
It still
gotten over it.
cuts.
He never got
Still
credit.
hasn't
for that
gotten
shit.
over it.
To this day.
But I feel like I like that. That's like a sticking point for them, and it's not just BIA. Like a lot of them speak up when they feel like someone's biting their style.
They're the Michael
Well,
Jordan
especially
meme. They
'cause,
take it
like,
personal.
Well, yeah, but it's because like a lot of times we only feel like we just sort of make it seem like there's only room for one at a time,
Right.
And you got to be you the queen bee or you nobody. And so of course when someone's like coming for that and cribbing you to take your spot,
Yeah.
I mean it's like of course you're gonna feel that way.
Yeah,
because,
I feel like it's way more to make it as a female rapper. You have to be so different and original than what is already out there for people to even pay attention and notice you and start following you and fuck with you. I think that's why we see such like a wide array of different styles and personalities and all these different aesthetics, because guys, a male rapper can just be like, oh, I'm gonna rap like Playboy Cardi and just go make like 3 songs.
Skate on by.
Yeah.
People would be like,
Make-
this is fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
have a whole career.
This is like, yeah, people are like, this is just what rap is right now.
right.
But if a woman were to do that,
They call it out
even
quick.
fans would be like, why are you copying this person?
And that was the thing between Ice and Lotto as well.
Yeah.
At the very early point of their feud. You know, Ice had felt like Lotto was biting off her swag a little bit.
Which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
But I like that they are maintaining that part of rap culture.
Yeah.
Like forcing people to have to be original, to want to be different, to want to do something that is wholly unique to themselves. I like that.
You're just here for the shit.
I like artists who, one, love playing the game.
Yeah.
Like if you're a rapper, then be a rapper and play the game. I think that's why everyone has taken to the Drake and Kendrick beef, because they're like, yeah, this is it. This is a big part of what this whole thing is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if someone says they're better than you, you say no, and then you prove why. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so for these rappers to be like, you're copying me, do your own shit, that's whack, you're whack. I love that, because what we see on the male side is a lot of dudes who just sound like everybody else, dress like everybody else, do the same shit everybody else, date the same people. It's like the same shit over and over again. I like that they're trying to be different and that they're putting a premium on that.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, let's pivot to the king of originality.
Oh my God.
Eminem.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Drake.
I didn't know where it was going.
Never.
I was nervous.
No, and I love you, Drake, but not
We
today.
know. We know.
But not today. No. Eminem, he returned on Friday,
Yes, sir.
put out his first single, Houdini, channeled his Slim Shady persona. The video clocked in at 15 million views day one.
Damn.
4 days later, it is at 42 million overall in 5 days. Cameos from 50, Dr. Dre, Pete Davidson,
Alchemist.
Yeah. He essentially he is back, but he also did ruffle some feathers because he had a controversial line
Of course.
in the song where he mentioned the 2020 shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. You know, we know he's like the king of puns, but still ruffled some feathers.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about that Megan line on Houdini?
Yeah, when I heard the song, I thought, I mean, the sample kind of threw me off a little bit just because it was a little more poppy than I expected. It's Abracadabra, Steve Miller Band from the 80s. So it's sort of playing into this whole Houdini trick thing, talking about his career is going to disappear. I guess this could be his last album, could not be. My first thing is actually like a technical thing. Like for some reason, it felt like M's voice was low on the track to me. Like I feel like I really had to strain to hear it.
Interesting.
And I thought like, I don't know. I would have just brought it more forward because I guess just also with his personality being so outlandish.
You sure
so
you just weren't like
goonish.
faded in France, just like
No, I was completely sober listening to this, so there was no influence. But I guess what I saw with the video, so there's a couple cutscenes, a little long to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's gonna go down as anybody's, anyone's gonna slap it on his greatest hits, at this point in his career. But fine.
Dame.
I think it's fine. I was never. I'm a big Eminem fan, and I was never a fan of these types of songs when he would release them. He would always do these, really poppy, kind of
like Without Me, real Slim
jokey
Shady,
records.
But even for that, it felt like a step further than that. Even like
That's good because
that
I think he hasn't done it in a while.
Yeah.
Even when he tried to bring back the Slim Shady persona years ago, he didn't try anything like this. I think this is the first time he's really like tapped back into that, what sounds like when he used to have the Bass Brothers producing for him, and even the videos, like a throwback to his old videos. I always felt like those songs were like songs Eminem made for the fans he knew he had that didn't listen to rap. Like Eminem was the only rap that they listened to.
Yeah.
So he made these songs for them to be like, hey, throwing you a bone because the rest of this shit is going to be rappity rap.
Yeah.
But I think it was fine. I think the Megan bar was unneeded. There's so many other targets to go after. It's like, did you really? It's like you have to believe that he knew that there was going to be
a history
backlash.
Of poking the bear, yeah.
And I don't believe he's too smart for me to believe that he did not go into it knowing that this was going to cause some sort of backlash on that part. But that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, this is the same guy he freaking made Just Don't Give a Fuck, so he never cared.
Yeah. If anyone is like purposeful about language, it's Eminem.
Right.
Yeah. But it's interesting, I guess, just because, like, if you take sort of that first Slim Shady era, that Eminem show kind of dude, like, he's obviously always been controversial, always known that, he's going to say things that are going to rile people up, whether it's Britney, Christina, whoever. But I guess just given the trajectory of the career between then and now, like, there's been, a lot of introspection, a lot of tracks where he's talked about growing and, changing and, sort of apologizing for who he was in some ways and coming to terms with that. I guess on the flip side of that, now putting that bar out, like, that's why I'm kind of surprised that he would, because it feels like I don't know how those two things jive exactly.
I think to that point, I agree with you, especially knowing that he's 51.
Yep.
And he just married off his daughter.
Yep.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So you are a father. This could have happened to your daughter or just any, woman in your life that you care about. So you do have to have some sense of decorum and understanding, I think, And to your point, if you're like talking about exuding some kind of growth and morality, then show it.
Yeah.
Even if you're trying to play to this Slim Shady persona, you could do it in a lot of other ways instead of trying to poke fun at a black woman who got shot and is still dealing with the trauma from it,
Yeah. There's just so many other targets for him to go after.
He name dropped R. Kelly. He name dropped RuPaul.
Yeah. It's like,
so pop culture. He made sure to get his targets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just an endless in 2024. There's an endless list of people who you can take shots at.
Are you guys checking for an Eminem album in 2024?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I listen to every Eminem album.
Wow.
Yeah, I always check for him.
I respect,
I think
I respect that.
The latest Eminem album that I think is the best. If that
what was it? It was like it was like the mystery. Or something. I'm bugging on.
Like, songs to get murdered by.
Music to be murdered by.
That's good. I would put Kamikaze over that. Kamikaze to me is. I know people. It was like a weird time in his career. Charlemagne was like beefing with him for some reason. I forget why. But the album was incredible. He was rapping his ass off. There's some really good songs in there. He brought in a bunch of new producers. He had like Take Keith on there.
Yeah. I think he had records with Logic and Joyner Lucas, right?
Joyner Lucas was on there. He had
Lucky. That was the Lucky Me.
Yeah.
Lucky You.
Lucky You.
Yeah.
Got it.
Lucky Someone.
Yeah.
With Joyner. Fire record.
Yeah.
Royce is on there spitting.
Yeah.
Great album. And even though it's like, Eminem is Eminem, so everything he does is like gonna perform well. But I don't think it got the recognition it should have gotten within the rap world. I think the only person I saw who was like publicly championing it was officially Ice. It was like, this album is great, and everyone was like, "What are you talking about?" But it was great. So I'm hoping that this album is like that. In that mold, he got very personal. He was very boastful. Great production. Felt modern.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just glad he's still able to, push these numbers out, man. 42 million views on YouTube in 5 days is freaking nuts.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that I think is interesting about him, just in his whole career in the past couple of years, because there has been sort of this cultural moment where people are kind of like, I don't know when it started or really why it started, but he sort of hit this wall maybe after second Marshall Mathers album, where people were just kind of like, all right, like, you can pack it up, we're done, we're tired. But then all the projects still like resonate.
Yeah.
I mean, great first week numbers. I was just pulling up like, even in the past like 5-6 years on Hot 100, a lot of these songs, we're talking Kill Shot, like you mentioned, Lucky You, Homicide, the song he had with Juice WRLD, Godzilla.
Yeah.
Those are all top 10 records, like, out of the gate. Wow. Houdini, already, I was looking like just in the U.S. numbers for the Hot 100. Looks like it's about 30 million streams about midweek. So, it's not like this is not going to be a record that's ignored. I don't know how long it's going to last, but at least that first week, the fans are still there, the appetite's still there. And like you said, he's pushing 50s. And we've never really seen like anybody, in hip hop get to this age, still have this kind of success. Because I know a lot of people are kind of wondering, what does the golden age of hip hop look like? Beyond just your sort of legacy status and your honors and, your LLs and your Snoops, but somebody who actually can move these kind of numbers at this point. I know obviously Jay is the other one in the conversation, but we haven't seen Jay put out something in a long time. So, the fact that he's 50 and still commanding top 10 records, that audience, may not be what it was necessarily in 2000, but plenty of fans out there still ready to support, check in, listen. And even for a song that isn't getting glowing reviews, like, just to show, that shows just how much they're there, they're committed. And I'm really interested to see sort of what the full album picture looks like just from that perspective alone.
Yeah. Where is he at? Like 12 number one albums or 11?
You know what? Let me look it up.
It's also Eminem. Like, I think we have
10.
to take into account that he's white, right? He's like the best white. He's like the best white rapper.
It's right before he said it, I was like, he's gonna say it.
Well, it's like, it's as I said, like, he would release these songs, and I always felt that these types of songs were songs that he made not for the Jay-Z fans who were also Eminem fans, or the 50 Cent fans who were also Eminem fans. He made these for Eminem fans, a lot of which I believe don't listen to rap. This is like back in the 90s. I think now we have rap is so big now that everyone listens to it, and there's way more rappers, white, black, for people to latch onto. But I don't think we can underestimate like how important it is that he's been this like institution, for a certain demographic of people that otherwise didn't have that star, and he's been the guy, like the only guy. People have come and tried to take it away from him. They failed. No one's reached the heights that he's reached, and I'm not saying he's successful because he's white, because we've seen other white rappers try to get to where he's at, and they can't do it.
So he's the pinnacle.
I think it's like he's able to reach such a broad. He has such a broad church because of him being an incredibly talented rapper who happens to be white.
Well said. Shout out to Marshall. Still no release date on I think it's called the Death of Slim Shady.
I think. Yeah. Which, I don't know. Is this?
So we think this is his.
A rap? Is it not
we
a
think
rap?
this is his last album, right?
I would hope so. And
but there you see it.
Let me explain why I say that.
Okay.
I feel like, to Dame's point, he has already done so much in his career, and I get it. He raps for the love of it. Like, he's somebody who, like, treats this shit like a 9 to 5. Like, he'll literally be in the studio 9 to 5 just working. So he treats it like a traditional job. But I think for me personally, that's why, like, even when you said you still listen to Eminem albums to this day, I commend you.
They're good.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I can acknowledge that he is still a Hall of Famer, A1 spitter. It just doesn't resonate.
Yeah.
With me.
Yeah.
I think, because I'm like 34, 35 now, and even when I like listen to Eminem show, I could go back, still appreciate it. Marshall Mathers LP, still appreciate it. Shit, even Recovery, still appreciate it. Just the recent albums, it just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't move me as much. But,
I mean, I remember interviewing him, and he was talking about how rapping, it's easy for him now, like the actual technicality of rapping.
I mean, he's the only one I know that can make like rhyme with orange.
Yeah, he was like, the technicality of rapping is easy to him.
Yeah.
It's never been easier for him to actually put words together. The hard part is finding meaning and context to impregnate those words. And as he gets older, this is a guy who's been rich and famous for like
half his life.
Yeah. Longer than he's not been rich and famous, right? And it's like when Andre 3000 was like, I don't know what I would rap about. It's like Eminem.
I can't give you that. I can't give you that because Andre
I'm
hasn't
arguing
put out
that
shit.
He hasn't put out anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Andre hasn't put out
but
shit.
I'm saying like it gets harder. At
Yeah.
least Eminem is like finding things to rap about.
Right.
But it's like to the point that you can't relate to it. I think the struggle for Eminem is like
trying to find
what do you find
Yeah.
that you can touch on.
And I could respect that. I could admire that.
He hasn't already rapped about,
Right.
that people want to listen to, and that sounds fresh and that it sounds good. Bro, there was like some like big Twitter argument that happened around Eminem where people were like making fun of a freestyle that it was that BET freestyle. Where he's like this.
Is it the Trump one?
It was like, yeah, but it started off whack.
Yeah.
And I was like, people were arguing about that. But it's like, yeah, no one remembers that after that he was like, if you're a fan of mine and you like Trump, like, fuck off.
Right.
They only remembered the whack bar that started it.
Yeah.
So I think for him, it's just like, what do I do? Like, how do I maneuver this? And the rapping's not a problem. He can rap his ass off. It's just like, what
finding
are the
that
words
inspiration?
Yeah.
And I will say this: I've gone to a few Eminem shows over the years. I went to his Coachella performance. I think it was like 2017 when I was around Baychella. That was the same year. And then I went to Gov's Ball. He could still rock a fucking stage, which is not easy to do.
Still got it.
Yeah, he still got it. So
And he loves rap, bro. Like the few times I've met Eminem, I remember going to a studio in Detroit, and he didn't know who I was at all, but he was wearing a T-shirt that had the album cover of Redman's "There Is a Dark Side" on it.
Wow.
And I was like, I saw it, and I was just like stunned. And I was like, I'm from Jersey, I'm from Essex County.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite albums. And he's like, oh, and we talked about Redman, but that's just like a regular thing for him. Like he just loves rap.
He's a student.
And
Still,
I don't think people appreciate like how much of a rap fan he is, a student he is, and like how I think once he's like really retired and gone, we're gonna like really look back and be like, damn, this guy really he really did it.
absolutely.
But that's the problem. It's like, how do we tell people?
Hang it up.
Well, yeah, I mean, and you know what's funny? I was thinking, because a friend of mine told me this not too long ago. It's like, hip hop is like the only
He's like, that's
spot where
touching.
That's real shit.
But
Quit.
Pack it
yeah,
up.
it's like,
Yeah,
you
pack
tell
it
somebody who like, he's like, right, because creative's always gonna be creating, right? Like he's probably been doing this for 40 years now, like and it's always writing rhymes, thinking of this and that, and then to say, okay, if you have any more ideas or something, just pass them on to somebody else.
Why hip hop do we have to be the one to?
Because you know what,
like,
y'all don't ever tell country. No one ever says. No one says Dolly Parton don't need another album.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody says Rolling Stones. It's only like
But
country
hip-hop, we
gets
like
it
pack it
popping.
up.
And yeah, it's just like okay, it's a young man's game.
Yeah.
And you're not a young man.
It's crazy to be like,
Like-
Eminem got to wrap it up, and then when Andre 3000 is like, I don't rap because I'm 50. What am I gonna rap about? And everyone's like,
No, please.
that's the worst excuse I've ever heard. It's like you got to find
Can I-
something.
can I-
Well, who
somewhere.
was it recently that was saying like, I mean, like people like somebody was like, you know, you need to find like what 40, 50, 60-year-olds, because if you're a rap fan, if you grew up with rap, you're not gonna fall out of rap, like especially the artists that you love, you know, just because hey, you know, we're the same age, I realize, and I'm done with you. It's like we're moving in this era where like there are plenty of 40, 50, 60-year-old rap fans who want to hear from their favorite artists. I mean, there's some, you know, nice ground, like, and I don't know if it's because Eminem's too commercial that happens, because like clearly with Nas, some people think his last couple projects have been some of the strongest of his whole catalog.
Amazing.
So, you know, people would have probably told Nas a minute ago, like, yeah, bro, you can hang it up, and y'all would have never got King's Disease, you know, the whole section. So
That's true.
What is it?
Can I just
What
pose
is it?
one quick question before we go to the last topic? Do you guys think it is possible to be 60 and a poppin' rapper?
We're about to find out.
Well, who?
Jay-Z.
Jay's what, 52?
That's it?
Yeah.
I thought he was older.
I
don't know if you could be 60 and popping.
He's 54.
And he's not too far off.
That's
I can't say. Y'all think Jay could drop an album at 60 and he'll still be?
I mean, but like Mick Jagger and them do, you know.
I'm just asking,
will people
like,
care?
you
Yeah.
still- yeah.
Will people care? Yeah. Will he dominate the conversation and the culture in the same way? I don't know, but I didn't think that 444 was going to do what it did. And 444 was like, you know, it wasn't his biggest commercial success, but it was definitely something that captured the conversation and captured the culture at the moment.
47 when that came out. It was like, what, 2017?
If you go back and listen to early Jay-Z records, the idea of Jay-Z rapping at 47 sounded impossible.
Yeah. I mean, he's been talking about retirement since
like,
fucking Reasonable Doubt.
Just the idea of him being there and finding something new. And I think that's the thing. It's like he found new ground to uncover, and he like really exfoliated all of these like problems and tensions in his life to bring us this new experience, and everyone was really grateful for it. I don't think every rapper does the work needed to make an album like that. Right. I'm not saying everyone needs to go make an album where they like apologize to people and, you know, all that shit, but like dig deep into yourself and find out like what is the thing, like what is the tension within you at the age of 50. Like I don't think that's the work that people are doing right now.
I love that we still appreciate old head rap.
You got to, man.
Say less. Trevor wants to cast a packet.
No, wait, whoa. I'm sorry.
Oh, you want to save yourself real quick?
No, I never said that. You the one that said that.
No. I posed a question.
You said, I hope it did. Run the tape back. He said, I hope it's his last album.
You told him to. You told him to retire.
I did not.
Yeah, you said
you told him to retire.
I did not say that. I never was saying
you
that.
Said
I said something really touching about how much he loves rap, and then you were like, "You got to wrap it up."
No, I didn't say that. I said
hang it up.
No,
people,
hang it up.
I said other people. Oh my God, y'all listen.
I'll save you right here. To close it out,
back, I'm gonna be vindicated. Watch this space.
We gonna have some fun with this. Drake is back. He delivered a feature this week. He is on this Canadian TikToker's song Gwan Delilah.
I think we need to hear it just so we can respond to it.
Gwan Delilah, no, I'm late 'cause there's bad traffic. I just showed my dog your Grammy.
You want to talk about growing up?
Yeah, so I mean, this is Drake's second feature, you know, post battle with Kendrick.
Post war
with Kendrick. He was on the Sexy Red record where he rapped, you know, on the BBL Drizzy beat. And now Gwan Delilah, he's coming with his Jamaican accent, flow. Thoughts? Do we like the record? Do we like the... I know a lot of people initially, they thought it was AI Drake.
I
definitely thought it was AI
yeah.
first. I didn't believe it was a real thing until a friend of mine in Toronto was like, yeah, this is a real person.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Carl?
As you know, captain of the OVO fanboy club, it's not my favorite Drake feature. But I do think he was trolling. You know, I think he was trolling. I do think he has some shit under his sleeves. I think he has some bops that are on the way. I think this is just like, okay, post-battle, y'all expect me to be scrambling, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. I'm just here to show y'all I can still joke around and have fun, because when the summer comes, it's going to be time for me to drop some heat. And I thought he did that with the Sexy Red feature that he was on. Like, he rapped his ass off on that BBL Drizzy beat. So I didn't take this too seriously. I was just like, okay.
I mean, do we know a lot of? I don't. Do we know a lot about this? Because I sort of get the troll aspect.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm surprised about is I was like, okay, this is actually like a full, real song.
Yeah.
Like, the record's blowing
I
up
don't
on
know
TikTok
who-
before Drake got on it. Like, it's a real thing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
supposedly the guy Snow Day is like, I don't want to call him a meme rapper, but he's like a parody
Yeah.
rapper, if you can't
Okay.
call him a rapper.
Sure.
TikToker.
I think he's white. I saw like
I think
a
that's
few
fair.
photos of him.
Yeah.
And this is the type of music he makes. He's just makes like jokes. I've heard two things. Someone told me this song was popular in Toronto
Yeah.
as like a joke.
Uh-huh.
And another friend told me that shit ain't popping out here. I was like, all right.
Okay, well,
I was like,
well, it's one or the
yeah,
other.
like,
I can promise you that.
I don't know. I thought the Sexy Red song, which I liked, I thought the troll of him rapping over the BBL Drizzy beat was a good troll. It was like, oh, haha, look.
Mhm.
Like, I don't take this that seriously.
Because he was rapping.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like, but again, I don't know if this is like his strategy to like take things that were said about him and just lean into them.
Because this is the sort of culture vulture response.
Well,
by,
yeah,
like-
it's like fucking Kendrick went on a whole like half a verse where he's like rapping in this like weird Toronto accent, and then he says fucking Crody, and
Especially when he'd ride in the cheese part. I'm
yeah,
so cheese.
and then here's
yeah.
Drake leaning into that and being like, yeah, this is I am from Toronto. What about it? And this is how from Toronto I am. But then it's like the accent is like, when I found the dude Snow Day, I don't know how to put this without sounding offensive. When I found him, I was like, oh, nah. I thought it was like an actual, like maybe a West Indian person who's just joking around. But it wasn't.
Uh-oh.
And so, yeah, I was like, this is just like,
Not Drake about to blow up his spot.
I was like, you're leaning into things. I get it, but like,
You're proving Kendrick right.
Could you have
you're
picked something a little
you're
authentic?
proving him
Yeah,
right.
Right.
And I don't know if he means to do that, if it's just like he can do that and still survive. Like he can do it and be like, it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter. Those things you said don't matter to me. They don't affect me. I can rap about whatever I want to rap about. I can rap about in whatever accent I can rap about it in. It doesn't matter. That's definitely a tactic. I don't know if it's gonna work.
I need to know if this is a sponsored song because that line where all the banks get listed real quick. Like, I don't know if y'all got there to TD and Scotiabank.
You know what's
and all.
crazy? I did not even get that far.
Yeah.
Okay, because
I haven't heard. I didn't realize it was a full song until just now.
Okay, well,
It's
if
almost
you
4
jump
minutes
to,
long.
I think 252 was the YouTube comments. There's a line where he like names like seven, like it's
Wow.
like 7 banks in a row, Canadian, real quick.
Wow.
It like breaks the whole melody, and I'm like, I guess Scotiabank and TD and
Give him the
Toronto
plug.
National and National Bank or whoever. I guess they finna. Did they
gonna run with
did they
this.
pump up this song really quick? Like, let's
possible.
get Drake as our unofficial mascot or some shit. I guess nobody wins if everybody's on there, but I was
Yeah.
like, I've never heard of a sponsored song before, but okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it's anything to worry about. Like, I already saw think pieces about it. Like, oh my God.
He broke Drake.
Yeah, he broke Drake.
Psyche.
I saw the trolls in the comments like, Kendrick, look what you fucking did.
Yeah.
It's over. I'm like, let's take it easy.
Well, then I saw Meet the Grams trending again because
Oh my God.
the photos of the family reunion, with I guess on the dad's side came out this week, and so people were like,
But those
man,
are old though. Those are from like
I
last
know, but
year.
people
Yeah.
thought like they were new again, and
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they were
those are
like,
old.
Kendrick shamed this dude into like go,
I hate
find
the
his
internet,
roots.
man.
and-
I just don't think I don't know if the marketplace is as receptive to this stuff as Drake believes it is.
Right.
Like, I get the trolling part of it, but I wonder if he understands if people are like, ha ha, yeah, or like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's a great point. Well, I still have faith in Drizzy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's still Drake. I also wonder, though, like, where is You're My Everything? That's like it debuted like 44, right?
On the Hot 100, yeah.
It's a little.
I don't know if that's gonna be the. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be the record to go at, which is crazy. Knowing that you got a Drake feature, I don't think that's gonna be the record to go on the Sexy project.
It's just crazy though.
Yeah,
like I thought it was at least gonna be top 40.
Not the Drake stimmy, like kind of
not
devaluing.
44. Well, you know, 40 to 44. Come on,
that's modest.
That's not
modest.
not a big gap.
That's modest.
It's modest, but it's like
just needs a couple of.
I thought for sure it was gonna be higher. I thought Drake verse. It's his first song after this whole thing. None of the other songs are still on the charts.
But I will say, you know, something that I see a lot is, you know, your song versus you as a feature or a supporting means two completely different things to a lot of fans. Like there are plenty of songs where, you know, like you think it's gonna be higher because they got Ariana Grande or they got Post or whoever.
This is like Drake, bro. This is the guy who took Block Boy JB.
That was also like 7 years ago.
I'm saying like the Midas touch.
Well,
it used to be like you get a Drake verse, boom, you're out of here.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll wait until Drake's actual songs come out before we want to say the golden touch is dead.
But that was the touch. Was like he could take a nobody, and Sexy's not a nobody. Sexy she has songs on the Hot 100 already, so it's more surprising to me that this one didn't do better because people are more primed to like her now than they were before, and Drake's been able to take literal nobodies.
Yeah, but this is also like 2016.
Well, but we're also like
that's my point.
But we're also
so
like at a
my
point
question
of saturation.
You're trying to say he went from the Midas touch to the copper touch?
My question is
that's a little copper touch is a little greedy. But look, we're at a point of like it's a lot of saturation, right? Like we've had a lot of Drake records in the past several weeks. A lot of Drake features. I mean,
in the last few years.
and I don't know. I mean, I guess with the Sexy Red project too, I've seen people kind of miss that it was coming. Like that. I don't know if it was just because Sexy's been out here on a lot of different things that, you know, it's hard to keep an album cycle together or realize there was a new project dropping because there's been, you know, people drop a mixtape and a deluxe real quick and a feature on this and a feature on that. And so I think it's just a little too. I mean, we're about to have a couple more Drake songs on the Camila Cabello album in the next couple of weeks. Let's
see how those perform.
It's just hard
I think
it's hard for people to keep track because I think people aren't quite as like tuned in like they may have been in like 2018, especially when, you know, everything. I mean, we were post Views, post More Life, where I think maybe even just the way records were, there wasn't you didn't get lost in the sauce quite as much. I think just because maybe people were a little more focused about what's coming out, what New Music Friday is, this and that. Nowadays,
I don't know, man. The number one story in music for damn near 2 months was Drake versus Kendrick. Kendrick went number one. He's still top 5. Right?
Correct.
He's still top 5.
Correct. All correct.
The instant conversation after the beef was, what's Drake going to do next? He even had to post and say, you know, this summer don't worry, I'm focusing on the summer. People were anticipating heavily.
Right now.
I'm just saying, people were anticipating heavily. People were paying attention. People were paying attention hard to see what Drake was going to do. When the night that everyone thought that he was going to have a verse on the Sexy Red tape, Twitter was crazy. People were like, "Oh, I can't wait!" And then the snippet
they
leaked,
waited,
and then people were like, "Oh, he's rapping over the BBL Drizzy beat. This is crazy!" Da, da, da. And then only 44. I'm just saying. Let's see how the rest of these. Let's just see how the rest of the year goes. Drake's not. I'm not saying Drake's over. I'm not saying he's not going to be able to sell records anymore.
You're just a little concerned.
I'm just saying. It's crazy for us to make excuses now when before the guy used to. I think we're underestimating how much of a nobody Block Boy JB was.
I'm tired of Block Boy getting these strays, man.
Why is it all about Block Boy JB?
Because he was a nobody who Drake dragged to
Block Boy
superstar.
JB, I'm proud of you,
that was
man.
literally like that's one example.
There's so many, bro. All right, I'm gonna make a list on Billboard.com of all the people Drake has given a hit single to who did not have one. People didn't even know who these people were. And Drake helped him out. Well, that was his thing. His thing was like, all right, I got you. Here's a hit.
I agree. I just that was a then I'll give you the BBL Drizzy thing. I thought that was gonna have a more people.
I thought for sure that it was out of here
because
Sexy she's on fire. She's one of the hottest rappers out right now. Yeah. She's like what number on our list?
2. Yeah.
She's hot. She's one of the hottest rappers right now.
Yeah.
And you have a song with Drake post beef where he raps on a beat that was also a meme. and that doesn't go.
I mean, but it's still.
I'm just saying,
because it debuted at 44 doesn't mean there's not a chance it can't rise up.
Yeah, let's see.
know?
Maybe they shoot a video. It goes.
And summer's about to kick in, so still got faith in New Jersey. Shout out to Block Boy JB.
I'm sorry, Block Boy.
Yeah, man.
I'm just saying.
Nah, it's too late, man. Shout out to Block Boy.
But it is because I mean, I'm just looking right now. I forgot. 3 months ago we had Four Bats, Act 2 Dated 8. Drake jumped that thing into the top 10. I know that was
also it kind of.
I know it was buzzing.
It slid pretty.
We're not talking about slides. We're talking about did it make a hit? It made it that became a top 10 hit after that Drake remix just 3 months ago.
I agree.
Come on now.
Well, we appreciate you guys sticking it out with us. So join us next week for a fresh episode of Billboard Unfiltered.